Chapter 14, Morality Story. Human need, self-transcendence. Core life value, selfishness versus altruism. Core emotion, satisfaction or contempt. Core event, the big choice. Morality Story answers the complex question, when given a chance to behave selfishly or altruistically, which will we choose? Will we apply our unique gifts of knowledge, ability, and strength of will in service of darkness or light? Morality stories are about making a choice to act on behalf of ourselves or others and the consequences of that choice. This choice is the culmination of a protagonist's journey from the bottom to the top of the hierarchy of human needs that began with Action Story. How do you deliver the experience morality story readers are looking for? The core need of self-transcendence arises after the inciting incident presents a shock to the hibernating self of the protagonist, who has discovered and express their gifts in order to survive and thrive in the world. This is the moment when an opportunity presents itself for the luminary agent to contribute to the greater good and leave something of value in the world after their death. The core life value spectrum, derived from the need for self-transcendence, ranges from selfishness to altruism, with several points in between involving sacrifice for the good of an individual, the family or tribe, or all of humanity. When the luminary agent moves beyond selfish pursuits to express their gifts for the benefit of others, readers feel the core emotion of satisfaction, perhaps because we feel inspired to express our gifts for others too. If the luminary withholds altruism and embraces selfishness, readers may feel contempt because the world and the protagonist have both lost an opportunity to experience transcendence. Morality story includes three subgenres: punitive, redemptive, and testing. The punitive story follows a protagonist who is also a villain. They take a purely selfish path and are punished, as in the iconic Walter White in the Breaking Bad TV series, or the title character in Heinrich Ibsen's Hedda Gabler. The redemption story follows a character who is lost on the wrong path at the beginning but recognizes they have thrown away a great gift and reclaims that gift to redeem themselves and achieve altruism by the end, as in Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. In a testing story with a triumphant outcome, the protagonist struggles on a variety of paths, wavering before finding the right one that allows them to surrender to their purpose. The film Forrest Gump and the novel For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway are examples of the testing subgenre. Sometimes characters are tested but can never escape the selfish path, surrendering to struggle and weakness, as in F. Scott Fitzgerald's Tender as the Night. The universal takeaway or controlling idea of a morality story that is positive or prescriptive is we transcend our own selfishness when we share our gifts for the benefit of others. The takeaway when the story ends negatively or as a cautionary tale is we are damned when we selfishly withhold our gifts or use them solely for our own gain in the world. If we do succeed in transcending ourselves to leave a legacy of time well spent on earth, we will add the good we've created to the collective unconsciousness of Homo sapiens. Morality stories demonstrate that our actions define our character. It's important to note that morality stories are not about specific religious or philosophical systems of belief. They are about the search for meaning and purpose that allows us to contribute to the greater good. The luminary will have a revelation that lets them say, I'm supposed to be doing this. I can move on and do my work in the way only I can do it. This is the sweet spot of being human. It is the moment when a writer or painter creates a timeless work of art that has its own magic to transcend, inspiring people in the present and future. The global crisis of the morality genre brings us to an extreme point on the selfishness-altruism spectrum as the luminary agent faces a dilemma about whether to express or withhold their gift in the core event, the big choice scene. The threat exists that the luminary will demonstrate selfish behavior. The big choice scene, which is both the global climax and the climax of the ending payoff, integrates all three core essentials. The luminary agent's core need for self-transcendence defines the core life value of altruism at stake, which when attained produces a core emotion response of satisfaction in the reader. While the luminary may make any number of selfish or altruistic choices throughout the story, it comes down to the single moment that will make all the difference. Their selfish or altruistic choice will determine the outcome for others, not just themselves. Summing up, in morality story, our need for self-transcendence allows us to identify with the luminary agent, and we respond to conflict on the selfishness-altruism spectrum, with satisfaction or contempt, depending on the choice the luminary makes. In the core event, the big choice scene, transcendence is most in jeopardy. The life value reaches an extreme, and the core emotion reaches its height. By setting up and delivering this scene in an innovative way, you meet the morality reader's expectations.